Akademiks. Check it out. Now, let me tell y'all this, man. I keep telling y'all, no good will come on to y'all once you go against Akademiks in the chat, niggas. All right, man. Now, Wale. All right, now, Wale, a guy who has had an issue with me. I don't know what, okay? By the way, a couple months ago, this was while MMG weekend was going on. Wale sent me a bunch of texts at 5 a.m., just going on a rant randomly. And I was like, what the fuck is going on with Wale if you're at MMG weekend? Because when I see videos of Rick Ross at MMG weekend, it'd be Rick Ross surrounded by 1,000 thotties. I could imagine at 4 a.m. what's going on. But Wale was sending me all these emotional texts about, yo, listen, man, yo, Joe can't save you. Yo, and I'm like, what's Wale talking about? However, I'll give you a brief history. And by the way, the news is that Wale's no longer in Atlantic Records. I've been knew this, okay? Atlantic cut the fat, all right? And when I mean cut the fat, they're not really just dropping people they believe are untalented, because Wale is talented. They're dropping people who just ain't gonna sell, okay? They're basically all into cashing out off of people that they don't got to spend money on, okay? So they're going to get the new social media superstar and put them in a room with a ghostwriter and a producer and come up with a hit song. So people like Wale, who is talented, they're not looking at like how much you're creating good art. They're looking at you like, nigga, you flopped. Now, I remember when I notoriously said that Wale selling 28,000 records with Shine was a flop. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, Wale himself was trying to explain it away. And I was like, Wale, let's call a spade, okay? However, here's the thing, because I remember when he came onto my show, he was notoriously trying to tell me that he was the cool guy and I had no place to call him corny. And I was just trying to say, bro, I'm just speaking what I see on the internet about you. People say I'm corny. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you what niggas have said about you, bro. He didn't want to hear that, okay? I thought that was a disconnect with reality, a disconnect with the majority of opinions I see about him. And clearly when his album doesn't perform well, I think that's kind of proof. Clearly, when he dips out of spotlight and you don't see people kind of saying, where did Wale go? If you don't know, he kind of went dark on social media, deleted all his tweets. He basically deleted his Instagram. He went dark. I didn't see too many people saying, where is Wale? It kind of shows me the general interest and care level of the audience, okay? Again, I'm just speaking on what I believe is public perception. Now, Atlantic Records dropped him. I got to think, 28,000 records sold first week. They probably looked at this and said, man, we gave this nigga this big-ass budget to sample Michael Jackson PYT, and this is what you do first week. Now, again, he's now dropped in. I'm thinking if another major label situation is right for Wale. Wale is, in this era, because he hasn't found his pocket like a J. Cole or a Kendrick, he's not a Drake who is going to be super trendy and super kind of just riding whatever wave that's popular, that he'll naturally get that attention. I do think that his art has to be on the forefront. He's an interesting guy, but his art got to be on the forefront. Should he sign to a label if most of these labels now are just all about the quick monetization? They ain't really into or giving a fuck about the art. So if you come in with good art and you don't have these other things, likability is one thing. I've always said about Wale. Wale is on a list of niggas that just aren't super likable, and people kind of hate them on social media. You want me to give you the fucking list, okay? Russ is definitely on the list. Russ might have just passed Wale. We got Russ, Wale, Vic Mensa, Joyner Luke is on that motherfucking list too, okay? So again, these people, because I'm not even saying they're not talented, but their personality and other things don't have people just fucking with them. So in my opinion, I feel like their art has to be presented by a label or whoever and marketed, because you can't really market the people, okay? Now, do I think he should sign to another major? I say no. But I think that comes with him humbling himself a little bit. It was a time where we used to say that Wale was in the class with the Drakes, Kendricks, and Coles. And yeah, he might have been in that class, but let's be clear, in terms of career success, he got left back a couple of times. I'm not talking about in terms of talent. I believe he's talented in the same realm as those other people, but is his career nearly as successful? Fuck no. Okay, it's also a little bit surprising and shocking because Wale has had those huge hit records. However, it feels like his core fan base has not held his career up, or at least rallied around him to make sure he could be afforded the opportunity to go about finding his creative pocket while still making sure his sales don't suffer, that he wouldn't get dropped. Okay, this is just my opinion, and I'm pretty sure Wale gonna see this and send me another long-ass text message. However, he got dropped. And by the way, we all knew this. Everybody in the industry, the motherfucker got dropped, okay? And from what I'm hearing, Atlantic Records told him, bro, you get to make all the decisions on this album because we don't want you blaming us. And he took the keys in terms of deciding the single, deciding what goes out, what they spent money on. And when it comes back that they're not going to recoup, they got only one person to blame, Wale, okay? Again, tremendously talented artist, but clearly right now there's a disconnect where, shit, there ain't no label want to invest in a nigga that's going to flop. It's a business, all right? So I know a lot of people like, let's not talk about sales. It's the fucking music business. How do we not talk about sales, okay? This is what it is. Get in the comment box, you guys like and subscribe to Akademiks. Wale going to be all right, man. Okay, by the way, he has a beautiful young daughter. He seems happy with her. But, and going back to the point about him, Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, he can't keep up with them in terms of career-wise. And I think at this point, he used to have that looking over the shoulder type effect where he would be like, well, why is Drake getting these opportunities, or why is J. Cole getting these opportunities and not me? One time he said he felt like he was too black, and because of the color of his skin, he didn't get afforded some opportunities that light-skinned niggas did. Bro, whatever the reason is, man, is clear. Your career is heading a different direction than theirs is, okay? Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like and subscribe to Akademiks.